Go ahead, Alice.
No, I was just saying, I was surprised to see you, Tim, and Nkosi on the same video, and that was very nice.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. We had such a good time.
You should have posted the whole thing so we could listen to it too.
Yeah, unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, I can't.
Okay.
You'll just have to. But I got as much as I could because luckily my editing skills, I was able to salvage 7 awesome video clips, which I
Okay.
think you've seen a few of them.
Yes.
Yeah, they're so powerful.
I didn't see 7 of them. I saw 3 of them.
Well, there's 5 now, and then after I get off here with this Zoom call, I'm going to upload the last 2, the final 2. And then
Okay.
hopefully, I would love to do it again next month with those 2. Anybody else see those Tim, Kliss, and Nkosi?
I saw one, but I didn't know there was the 3 parts, so I want to watch the other 2. Yeah.
One of them's kind of funny. It's like a jokey one where Tim wanted to make it clear that he was not Ramana.
Mhm.
So as I shared on one of those videos, when Nkosi left that message on a post of mine about 2 years ago, and he said, it doesn't matter if there's a feeling of a me there or not. It literally doesn't matter. That was, I don't know what happened, like an arrow shot through my heart. Because I was like, of course, if all is this, then me or no me is still this. It's like as a me, I have to disregard all of this in some fashion. Somehow all is not this. And so it can be worth looking to see what it is that feels not this. And maybe it isn't. So how it was heard here was that if this is everything, where are you going to start from? Like, so that's what Tim and I were talking about. It just pulls the rug. So the one worrying is not you, because there is no you, because all is this. So the worrying, the confusion, sadness, anything. A thought. The feeling, however it's showing up. It just doesn't, there's no one here to own anything. And the me is an owner, really. You know, again, as I mentioned to Tim, and he completely agreed. As soon as I said it, he said, yeah, me too. Right? Really, he's just trying to get it right. Always trying to get it right. Don't want to, make a mistake, screw it up. That's an enormous burden.
Well, it's actually a little more than that. It's already screwed up for me. So you said me doesn't want to screw it up. Yeah, he wants to make it right, but it's already screwed up. For me, things are already screwed up. So that's why it's so intent on making it right. It's just this constant motion of making things right. That's what me is. Things are not right. And so me is trying to make it right, working on making it right. This moment, this moment right here, it's always making this moment right and seeing what can I know about what's going on so I can make it right. And what can I do? So there's no room for all is this. There's no room for it's all right. It's already right. Hey, look who's here.
So this is an open meeting. Everybody's invited to share and participate. So if you have a comment or question, feel free to jump in.
In my session today with Nkosi, I can't remember the analogy he used quite perfectly, but I had a problem uh, and with a person, and I really appreciate him because I get to go into depth with my story and ask him clearer questions about it. So that I find really helpful. And he was like saying, you've got all these marbles and they're all different colors and they're all beautiful colors. And it's like when this person doesn't fit into this color, you suffer. And you're trying to make, and I can just really see that. And I just felt really into acceptance that this person is pink and this person is blue and this one's green. And I don't have to make them any other colors. And it was just very liberating, I guess, for me when I brought that story to him.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it dissolve right before your eyes when you're with him.
Right.
He's just not feeding it. Like you can see, it's fine with him. Whatever you're gonna say, it's not there's the me is always trying to, as I said, get it right. So that's a full-time job.
Right. But one of the things I really, really appreciate about him is I get to tell my story and he will say, I understand. And it sounds like he really means he understands it. He doesn't shove it away like that's only a story.
Oh, my favorite one that he said to you it really was glorious. He said to you, I hear you very well.
Yes. I hear you very well.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what all me's want, is to be heard very well.
Right. But then at that point, he met me and could take me. because he now heard me and I wasn't fighting that anymore. That's so critical, I think, in talking with people, somehow meeting them in their story. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean? Acknowledging it.
Yeah, just, yeah. Yeah, listening is a really, I mean, if I could put my finger on probably the most underutilized, I'll just call it a skill. We don't know what listening is, but those that are good at listening, which Nkosi's, a master, they're not thinking ahead of time of what they're going to say.
Mhm. Michael, my friend says he's in the wings and he's waiting for you to let him in.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I didn't know if he was a Zoom bomber because I didn't recognize the name.
There he is, Elliot.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you invite anyone, it might be good to, shoot me a little email or something just so I don't lock them out. So,
Well, I kind of did, but it was only 5 minutes before.
oh, okay, got it. Hi, Elliot. Sorry to keep you waiting.
All right.
We've been Zoom bombed many times, so if I see a name I don't recognize.
I see.
Hi, Elliot.
Hi,
Where you located, Elliot?
San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah.
You sort of missed the introduction and now we're open for comments and questions.
Well, hopefully I can post this and he'll get to watch it from the beginning.
So I like that the sentence you used, all the me wants is to be heard very well. And I just really, really love, that's very profound to hear that. But if there's no me, then what the me that you're referring to that wants to be heard very well,
Mhm.
what is that given that there's no me? What are you
Right.
referring to?
Well, the best, that I know is it's this imagining.
Hmm. So I'm not getting the sound very well. I think I'm going to leave and just come back. So maybe you
Oh.
could let me back this time.
Sure. Okay, will do.
Okay.
It's funny, right? We could hear him great. Oh no, there's another name out there I don't know. And okay, does anyone
Take a
know
vote.
an Andrew Tate? Anyone want to vouch for an Andrew Tate? You guys feel like rolling the dice?
At least Andrew's a decent name.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I think he's a good man.
Okay. Man. Could go downhill fast. Nothing going downhill.
Don't let me down, Andrew.
Or bring it. Do something we haven't seen, right? If you're gonna Zoom bomb, you really should bring it. Like people should just be appalled, right? So that isn't you, like the one that's having the reaction, whatever the reaction is, this is the freedom. It doesn't matter how the body and your mind and your feelings react. That's irrelevant. The thing to realize is it was never you.
Let's crank it up to maximum heat and see if I can take the pain.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
vouch for him.
Oh yeah.
This might be good for the girls.
What? There goes my
It's right on the
streak.
edge of burning my skin forever and feeling okay. I'm gonna use my iron fucking yoga flame.
Yeah. So there you go. That's why.
Stimulus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna have to have my radar checked.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys fell for the old. Oh, look. And now while we're futzing with the Zoom bomber, poor Elliot's been sitting out here. Oh. We have to tell him. Elliot, can you hear
Yes.
us? How do we sound?
Yeah, so your voice is very soft. I can hear you, but it's so soft for me. But
Is my
you
voice,
know,
guys, is my
No,
voice
yeah.
soft?
No, you're fine.
It's fine, yeah. Elliot, it's your speakers or something on your
Maybe
end.
you need to turn your volume up.
okay. And how do I do that?
On your-
On the computer?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
See on the bottom of your screen where it says mute,
Okay.
there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
but-
arrow right there. Press on the arrow.
Okay. I
And
mean, I
then-
hear something. Anyway,
Okay.
It's
it may be my
okay.
computer.
It's
Everyone
not-
else is hearing fine, right?
It's
Yeah.
not in the words anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not,
it's just very soft. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Anyway.
yeah, no, I feel with you, Elliot, because I had technical problems and couldn't log on tonight. Because it wouldn't recognize my camera or audio. So I was able to log on now to my laptop.
I see.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's been,
Maybe I'm gonna try and come on with my cell phone
okay.
because I have a, you know,
Okay.
anyway, I'm
All right. So you're logging
at
off.
Zoom here.
I think Mercury's in retrograde,
All
so
right.
it'd be our problem.
Okay. Well, there he is. So, well, I don't know if he's seen any. Nkosi, have you seen any of the videos with me, you, and Tim Kliss?
Yes, I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them on Facebook.
Hmm.
The me is not already. Maybe we could take a look at the ramifications of that. Right? If the me is not already, let's just start with that as our premise, even if it, even if it doesn't feel like that. Of course, but let's just start from that. The me is not already. Just
No.
oh no, he didn't log out of his other one. That's funny. We might have two Elliots.
Recording in progress.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, now I hear you perfectly.
Ah,
Now I hear you perfectly.
Okay, good job.
So this is exciting to hear, to see you, Michael Jeffries, that I've been hearing about you from my friend Alice Morris for many months.
Oh. Thank you.
And my friend Nkosi's here too, Elliot. I've got lots of friends here, but these are the ones I spoke about most.
Yes.
Yeah, Nkosi, maybe you can say a few words about the me is not already.
Hello, Elliot.
Yes, hi. Now you can't see me. You saw me before, but you couldn't hear me. So there's something about this me that you either get sight or you get hearing, but you can't get both.
All right.
Yes. So, Nkosi, who are you? Who are you? Oh, see, this is our first meeting, and I don't know who you are. So, who are you?
I'm Nkosi from South Africa. Live in Durban. Yeah. Yeah.
I once was in the Democratic Republic of Rhodesia, and because I was not racist, they would not let me into South Africa. I got to the visa office and they asked me about my ideas about white supremacy. And I said, all races are created equal. And he put a big rejected visa application.
Wow.
That was in 1971.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Gosh. We're getting there.
Another topic that Nkosi and Tim and I discussed on one of the new videos clips was Tim mentioned that the me that you take yourself to be has never been seen.
Yeah, the me is already not there. It's just talking happening, and a me may be seen as just a dot. It's just a dot that is believed to be real. Yet it's never really there, except as a dot. And a dot, when dots are looked for, they can never be found. They seem to be there, but they're never really there. They can be seen as just imaginary. No, when something is imagined, it seems to be there, but it's never really there because it's imagined. You can't see it because it's just imagination. So there's talking right now happening, but the one who seems to be talking can never be found. There could be just that projection that's, that image is talking, you know. But the one who seems to be talking can never really be found. Yeah, it's just a dot that says, oh, this is me, I'm a man, I was born one day, I have a beautiful family. That's just a dot. Those are just words. And there is an image, of course, there is a body, yeah. But the one who's within the body is just never there. It's just a thought. It's just a thought construct. That seems to have a memory. But even the memory itself is never there.
Yeah.
It's also imagined
That's funny.
because you cannot find it here.
I'm green because green.
It's never here.
Green is supposed to be easier for our eyes to see. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an awesome site. Absolutely.
One on that. I'm gonna shoot it without that first. I'd like to put one on that that lever action, the tactical lever action. That was really cool.
So yeah, the me is just a thought that is never there.
Now you can see me. I pushed a button that said video, and now you can see me.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know
Yeah.
how to.
Good. Oh,
So
you
let
figured
me
it
ask-
out.
Pose to your question. So sometimes I really, really want something, and that's when the me seems most real. In other words, I see what you say philosophically. When I'm lying in bed in the morning and don't want anything, I see there's no me. And then sometimes desire arises. And somehow at that moment, it feels that there's a me that wants whatever it wants.
Yeah, even when the desire arises, that's not an evidence that there is a me. It's just what seems to be arising.
Yes.
And there may be a thought that says, oh, this is my desire, but that's just another thought.
Yes.
A movie.
Yeah.
Want to watch
So
it.
the me is just a thought.
Okay, let's watch it.
The thinker of thoughts
But
is
it's
just another thought.
Times. It's for free on
It
Hulu.
can, it
After our
can never
stream.
be found.
Sure. I watched it with Paul. I liked it. It was in both. Sorry, it's not that.
So there is no me.
Yes. But there is desire.
Yeah, a desire may arise, but it's arising for no one. If it seems as if it's arising for somebody, that's just another thought.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, it's not an evidence that there's somebody there.
no, I
It's just
agree
a
with
thought.
you but I'm really talking about the way I run my life. So let's just do very simple. Let's say I'm hungry, so the desire arises. So the way I run my life is I make a meal. Right.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, so there's an identification with that desire. I'm hungry. I get there's no me, but there's somehow I'm identifying that thought as leading to action.
Yeah, the body might be hungry. The body may be hungry, but there may be a thought that arises that says, I'm hungry.
Yes.
But it's just a thought.
Yes.
And there's nobody behind it.
Yes.
Yeah.
A quick question. Is all desire the me?
Sorry, come again?
Is all desire the me, or just some certain desires the me?
No, there is no me already. What's arising? It's arising from nothing. It's arising from this. There is no me already. The me is another appearance in this. So it can only be this, everything arising is what seems to be the me, but there is no real separate me or separate self.
Right. So what arises is desire, and then because that thought arises, what you're saying is you don't need a me to take the action to go to eat.
Yeah, because there's no me already.
Yes. Well, you look well fed, so I assume that you eat occasionally.
You look well fed.
Yeah, the body is well fed. Yeah, no sick. But there's no me. There's
Okay.
no me. There's just this. There's just nothing here.
Mhm.
And thought arising, saying, "Oh, this is me. I was born one day." That's just a thought, and the
Yes.
thought can never be located, can never be found. And even the finder is already not there. So there's nothing to find. There's nothing here. There's just this, which is nameless, formless, and empty.
Yes. But in this nameless, formless, and empty, occasionally a desire arises to eat. Is that
Yes.
true?
The body may be hungry,
Yes.
and there may be a desire to eat something,
Yes.
but that's arising from nothing.
Yes. I get it.
Yeah, it's just what's happening.
Mhm.
Even to say, this is me, I'm hungry, that doesn't belong to anyone. It's just what seems to be appearing in this,
Mhm.
in nothingness, or what is, or it's just what is appearing as that.
Yes.
It's not an evidence that there is a real me there.
Yes. Yeah.
Even right now, there is looking, that seems to be happening. But there is nobody behind it. It's just looking.
Yes.
If it seems as if there is somebody behind it, that's another thought appearing in it.
Yes.
Yes.
So my profession is a psychologist. That's how I make my living, as a psychotherapist. And what you're talking about in psychology is called projection. So I saw you use that word, that, whatever is out there, we project a reality onto it. And I agree with you that there's no evidence that a me ever existed. It's purely a projection. And the work is that on some emotional level, even though we see that intellectually, to actually embody that is a whole different process.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is a projection. Yeah, it is a projection that there are others. There's an imagination, there may be an imagination that says, oh, I'm me, I'm here. And then that's one may seem as a result of that one. And others may be projected as well, or there are others that are listening to me. Yeah.
Well, who is it that's projecting? Since there's no one here, there's no me, then I can't be projecting.
Well, projection,
Yeah,
right? Projecting happens, right?
Yeah. Same as
Yeah.
imagination.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, so psychologists actually have discovered that there is no self. So I'm up on the latest literature in psychology. They have not found anything like a me or a self in the brain. So I'm just supporting what you're saying. They've gone in with electrodes and there is no me. Me is only a thought.
Yes. And the thought can never be found.
Yeah.
So there's
I mean,
nothing there.
yes. Well, people believe their projections. Let's say like a tree. A tree has never been found, but people believe that's a tree. Or whatever. You can believe in your projections, but it's not really there.
Yeah, even the belief itself is arising from nothing because
Mhm.
there's no one to believe.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, it's just what seems to be happening.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because really, you can never really point to a belief that there is a belief. It's nothing.
Mhm. And as you know, beliefs run the world, right? Even though it's nothing. So just to give an example, when I tried to get in South Africa, they believed that I had to be a racist to enter that country. So I did not share their belief and they would not let me. The year was 1971. Could have I visited you as a baby then? Were you alive in 1971?
No.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was born in 83.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, you could see that they just wanted to keep a racist state. They were called Afrikaners, and they were committed to the idea that the white race is superior to the black race, or whatever, which is, I never believed that, but that belief ran that country for such a long time, even though we know it's totally untrue.
Yeah, that's true.
So, does any feeling arise in you and Nkosi when you see like the hate that's been created by racism?
Yeah, it's well, here things are just happening. And yeah, I see that as just a story.
Yes. Well,
Yeah. Yeah, at times I may be involved in the story,
yes.
and just discuss such things. But here they don't stick,
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, they don't stick. It's just yeah. It's okay. It's beautiful because it's just an expression of this. So this doesn't mind. Yeah,
Yes.
we can talk about it. We can discuss about it, but it's not taken seriously.
Okay.
Because it's not real. It's unreal here.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But that doesn't mean that I may be against it. I can hear about it, yeah. But because it's just another expression of this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just nothingness or everything or what is expressing itself. Because it doesn't really have any limitation.
Yes.
It may express as a bad story or what seems to be a bad story or what seems to be a good story, but it's still what is expressing as that.
Yes.
So every expression is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. So because here there's no black, red, or white, everything's the same.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
so, okay. So in my own limited belief system, I'm happy there was a man named Nelson Mandela, and I was happy there was a man named Desmond Tutu. in that I was hoping to avoid a race war in South Africa. So I was glad those beings existed. Did you have any comment on that belief, or is that just, yeah, my
Yeah,
belief?
it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I remember Miss Nelson and Tutu as well. Yeah.
Yes. So I was part of the civil rights movement in the United States. So I once heard our American civil rights leader, Martin Luther King, give a speech. And his speech said, "I have a dream." I was there in person because we were all trying to bring down segregation in the South. We were going to make a revolution, just destroy the white supremacists. So it was very inspiring to hear him speak. And we all said, "We shall overcome." See, now those are also beliefs, right? That we shall overcome.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
yeah.
Michael, didn't you say the revolution is already? Didn't you say something about already? I'm getting a little confused. Thomas had a question about thoughts in the chat. Oh, it's gone. Oh well. Do you want to?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if Thomas wants to read his question.
No.
Thomas is feeling quiet.
Unmute yourself, Thomas.
Mute. I think it's more interesting I think the more interesting thing that I put here in the text is I said, it's very evident when canine friends, you've all seen my dogs, or some of you have seen my dogs, or the dogs. It's very evident when canine friends Luna and Millie are competing for a ball that there is a me at play associated with Luna rather. If Luna wins the ball, she will prance and posture before Millie, and she's looking out of the corner of her eye to see if Millie is looking at her. And I think that that's interesting.
So it seems to be what's happening, Thomas, and yet, and we can make stories about it, and yet what's happening is two dogs competing for a ball, and it's a play.
I guess.
Or do you want to
Yeah.
make a point?
I don't know about that.
I think that's where the stories start, when we're making points that illustrate the philosophy that we come from, that we adhere to.
I look at Millie, I look at Luna, and I see her looking out of the corner of her eye over at Millie, and that, sure, it's a story. I don't know, a story is a word. I'm reporting, and I think it's fascinating, and neither you or I are going to capture really what's at play here. You can say it's a story, but that word really has any number of meanings you want. The word thought is a word. It's not even a thought. Like we're saying it's just a thought, and then thought is just a word. So we're not going to figure it out. Like it's not just a story, and it's just what it is.
Right. I make a distinction between a description. When you describe what's happening, that's one thing. Another thing is when you're creating some meaning and interpretation of what's happening, and you say this happens because of this, and that.
Well, I can't report, I can't help it if I'm reporting. I said, if Luna wins the ball, she will prance and posture before Millie, looking out of the corner of her eye. Now, maybe the one thing that's in there is like the subjective thing is to see if Millie is looking, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that she is there seeing if Millie's looking at her. And I think that's fascinating. We're here talking about the me as if we all know anything, and none of us does. So to see those dogs, to see Luna, like with that ball, like, hey, like if Millie's looking the other direction, she runs over and is like, hey, check this out. Like, it's fascinating. I don't know what's going on. It's just a thought, and those are just words. None of us knows anything. It's fascinating. We spend an hour here talking about me, and I'm looking at those dogs and I'm like, there's a me at play over there too. That's fascinating. And it's just, yes, it's just an appearance in this. We all know everything. We know that saying an appearance in this closes the door, and that we've sealed it up nicely, and that we're geniuses and we know it all. Well, none of us knows anything, especially Nkosi, because he said that this is hiding from itself. So if it's hiding from itself, one of two things is true. Either it's bad at hiding from itself and we're finding it, or it's good at hiding itself and we aren't finding it, and none of us knows anything here. That's probably the more likely thing.
Or maybe both, and they're both good stories.
Yeah. No, I appreciate everything everybody says here. I think you're all amazing. I was listening to some of your stuff, Dan, and I really appreciate all you folks. But that thing with Luna in the yard, okay, yeah, okay. It's interesting. Like, why write it off as an appearance? Like, okay, if that's what you want to do, like, we're having fun. Like, let's have some fun.
Yeah, I'm not getting your point about Luna, because of course, yeah, Luna does all that, but humans, we do the same thing, right? It's just, I mean, it seems like there's a Thomas, it looks like there's a Thomas experiencing all kinds of emotions and all kinds of expressing thoughts. It seems like there's some kind of Thomas in there. That's the appearance, but it's an appearance. It's a story of Thomas, but is there a real Thomas in there? I don't know. That's what we're looking at. Is there a, in other words, does the story stop somewhere at Thomas? But that's the same thing with any Luna, a dog, a person, a robot. I don't know. There are all these appearances. And, yeah.
I think we risk some dogma. Like we've got to say something. We have to use some words, but like we've got story and everything is this, and like those are very cool things. They're nice. I'm like really appreciate them, but you do risk some dogma when you start like saying like, okay, we know what's going on here. Like, one of the things I appreciate is like we're just spinning our wheels here. Like, we never accomplish anything. Like, what an amazing thing. And those dogs, like I don't know, maybe you folks have it all tied up neat, nice and neat. I doubt you do, but maybe you have it all tied up and you know it, and you wake up in the morning and like, I got it, But to me, like, I wake up confused, I go to bed confused, and that's how I want to be for the rest of the time. And when I see that dog showing off, like, I'm like, that's really cool. Look at that dog showing off. Like, there's this me. When I see that, I think that within this group, sometimes there's almost like the impression of a vilification of me. Like, me wants, me is always getting in the way. But when I see the dog, I think, well, it's making me rethink me, and to see like all of it as like to be more accepting and see the beauty in it. It's like a convergence. Like, I know I'm not actually accomplishing anything, but I'm watching like as like the me is becoming less vilified, and that waveform is like decreasing in amplitude, and it's more like, wow, look at, there's a me over there too. There's a beautiful me, and there's a me over here who talks too much that is also beautiful.
Yeah. Well, there is no me and there is no us. There's just this. So anything may arise in this, you know. Dogs may play, but they are not even dogs. It's just this appearing as dogs, appearing as a you watching dogs. So everything is this. It doesn't matter what thoughts may seem to arise there about what is seen, but it's still everything or what is appearing as that. You know, this in a way doesn't suppress anything. Things are just allowed to be as they are. You know, if the dog goes to the left or goes to the right, it doesn't really matter. If the question arises or it doesn't arise, it doesn't really matter, because everything is an expression of what is. Everything is already this. There is no escaping this. And there is no me already. There's just this appearing as that. Thomas watching dogs playing, it's just this appearing as that. There's no real Thomas and there are no real dogs. It's just this already. So everything is okay. Everything is okay. Everything is beautiful. There is no wrong or right here. There are no should and shouldn'ts, you know. So everything is beautiful.
But I was listening to Thomas. I agreed a lot with what you're saying, and I was thinking about it today. When we come from a point of view in this particular class, or in radical non-duality, I think, where all of this or everything is this, and we start from there, and from there, if everything is this, there's not a lot of room to do much, because no matter what's said, it always comes back to it's all this. And but that's like as a truth, it seems to be spoken about a lot. It's a truth. All is this, expressing as this. And okay, but that may not be true, but we come from the point that it's all going to fit into there. And so whatever I say now is going to be that everything this is appearing as me talking, making up a story or something. See, everything goes back to it. So there's a little bit of non-openness to it. There's a little bit of, you can say whatever you want here, but it's got to fit into the paradigm. Sort of like the paradigm of Jesus as Savior and Lord to a heavy duty Jesus person. And if you talk with them, it always gets back to Jesus is Lord. It doesn't make any difference what you say. I used to rap with them a lot. Doesn't make any difference what you say. I don't care what you say. They got this. This goes back to Jesus. And I'm into Jesus. So, I mean, I'm not putting that down at all. But it's that kind of a thing. And I'm trying to find, it just seems closed-minded. And I'm not calling you closed-minded at all. I don't mean it that way. But it starts off with, you believe this first, now we'll talk. And that's all. Or I'm saying, how could you prove this without just saying, well, this is all there is, or this is all this appearing? What more can be? What more?
Yeah.
Because that may be true. It may be true. It sounds good. I personally like it. I personally like it. But would I bet my mortgage on it? Would I bet my life on it? Would I bet my wife's life on it? Well, no, it's good for me. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm done. I keep going, but I do want an answer. I do want somebody to give me some kind of answer besides. You can give me this answer too. You can give me the party line answer. I'll take that. But I'd also like to get another answer that's not just goes back to the old one.
You want to take that one, Michael?
Well, we did, Nkosi, Tim and I, one of the videos I uploaded, whereas Tim, we were talking about the peace that passes all understanding. The peace that passes all understanding. So this cannot be understood.
So it sounds like you're saying, Michael, that it is not true. That all is this is not a true thing. Because it can't be understood as true. I think that's what you're saying. I don't know. I would say that it's not true. Because if it was true, if all is this was something true, then there would be something false somewhere that wasn't all is this, or what, or whatever, that wasn't the truth. And that's not, again, that's how we would try to understand it. But it can't be put into that kind of.
Yeah, that's the duality of, because if I have understanding, I think this is what you're saying, Dan. If I have understanding, then there's also not understanding.
And if I have truth, then there's also not truth.
Right. And I think, sorry, Don, I'm going to use the me term, but the me wants something to hang its hat on. So it wants it, and it looks in terms of truth and not truth. It's very hard to just take it as is and not to like run it through what is really true. The me keeps looking for, there is this thing called truth, and measures everything against it.
Which is super cool and beautiful, and that's what you want. You want that to play in your life, and you want you don't ever want to get rid of the me, and you want to hold on to it because it's precious. I see it in the dog, and I hope I see it in myself for the rest of my life. There's no one's ever going to get rid of it. Ramana Maharshi didn't get rid of it. None of you or me will ever get rid of it. So learn to see it as beautiful.
What they say, Thomas, is that you can't get rid of something that isn't here to begin with.
Well, excuse me, that's the dogma there, because that's just downright. Well, there's no me here. I mean, prove that to me. You're not going to prove. You're not going to prove that at all. That there's no me.
That's what we're talking about.
Wait,
all this is also me. And to go to Thomas's point, if all this is me also, then the expression of me is all this expressing as me. So the me must be beautiful because it's all this expressing as me. So that's got to be beautiful. So the me must be beautiful. The me must be beautiful in all forms, in every form, which makes the whole universe beautiful in all of its myriad ways, in all of the ways that the universe is, must be perfect. So the me searching, go ahead. So the me searching must be beautiful because it is all this searching for meaning or whatever. That's also beautiful. Got to be beautiful. And in that way, everything is beautiful. Whatever theory or philosophy or searching or not searching or getting or not getting or projecting or not projecting, it's either all got to be beautiful or not.
You can't say there's no me. You can only say me can't be found, but you can't say there's no me. It's
Right.
a ridiculous concept anyway. Like that would saying there's no me would be like, okay, there is a me, and if only I could attain that, then I would be a me, but I'm not a me, but there is a me out there as a standard for like the word me is, it's not like it exists or doesn't exist. It's just a ludicrous concept.
So on a relative level, could there be a me, but on an absolute level, no me? I don't know.
Well, I can say there is no me in the sense that everything is this. There is no real separate me. It's just this appearing.
Okay, but you also said that one of the things that you said that made the biggest difference in my life, it was so cool, Nkosi. One day you were on here and you were saying it was poetic. And you're like, it's hiding from itself, it loves itself. And it was, it went through my head so many times. And the next day I had a really smashing experience based on that chanting all night long. But if what you're saying is true, I get back to what I said earlier, then if it's hiding from itself, then we must be wrong because we're claiming that we found it by saying everything is this. So everything must not be this by your own definition. Because otherwise we found it and it's hiding from itself, and it must be very good at hiding from itself. So we should just keep spinning our wheels here. I love it.
Yeah, the we is already it as well. So there is no escaping it.
Which must be wrong because you said it's hiding from itself.
It has no limitation. Anything may happen here. There's no limitation. There's nobody to be wrong or right. It's just it already. It's just this appearing as that.
Well, I had that. You guys are saying that in here, like everything is this, and I was like, these guys, man, they really bug me saying everything is this. So I was driving along, and I had these thoughts about that going through my mind, and I was like, wait a minute, that thought, like, I'm like, I don't want to have that thought. Like, why am I thinking this way? I'm like, wait a minute. All of these little sub thoughts where I'm evaluating my thoughts, like that's it. And I was like, that's it. And I'm like, those guys are wrong. It's not this, it's it. But I kind of like defaulted and kind of had that like personal experience with what you guys are saying. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you, everyone. Any last minute comments or questions before we close out this evening?
Yeah, I actually do. I want to respond to what Thomas has been saying, and I don't know if this is going to be clear, but I'll just speak for myself. When I say there's just this, I'm not pointing to something that's true, like a philosophical truth, a state of scientific or philosophical state of how things are. Here it is, it's all this, that, take it or leave it, it's true. No, that's not what's being said. All is this is said because it's a response to something else that's already assuming that it's not all this, that all isn't this. It's this energy, which we call me, which we can all feel. I mean, this energy of me, it's not real, but it's there. And so there's a response to that because this energy, it says it's not all this. And I need to find this. I need to find something else. There's something else. And that's why I feel there's this feeling of needing. I need something else. So all is this, when I say it, it's a response to this needy feeling, this needy experience of it's not all this, and there's something else that I need. There's another thing. So it's really, and I'm just trying to express the difference between just saying, oh, it's all is this, and that's true. No, it's a response to this feeling of it's not all this. So, and this is the back and forth that we go through. Anyway, I hope that was a little bit clear. Cool. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, everybody, each and every one of you for coming. We so love and appreciate all of you.
Yes.
Nkosi, thank you, brother. Thanks for coming, Elliot.
Guys,
Yeah, bye.
bye. Thank you.